October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month nationally, and one local university has been chosen to help launch a nationwide advocacy campaign. Our Ayla Ferron had a chance to speak with an award-winning writer and activist spearheading the organization behind the campaign. She is now in studio with more. Ayla.
Well, Sil Lai Abrams is a well-known advocate for social change, specifically when it comes to domestic violence and the way women are portrayed in the media. She started a grassroots organization called Truth and Reality, which is presenting a campus advocacy campaign called Redefining HERstory. It kicked off at Grambling State University tonight, where Abrams spoke with students about the importance of public awareness. She also shared her personal story of domestic violence.
I myself grew up in a home where there wasn't a tremendous amount of physical violence, but it was definitely a home in which my father ruled the roost, you didn't talk back, and if you did, you were gonna get it.
Then when Abrams was 22, she was in an abusive relationship. She says she took these experiences and decided to become a voice for the voiceless. Abrams has written articles in national magazines and newspapers. The response she got? People defending abusers and victim blaming.
And I recognized in that moment that there was a serious issue within our community around our cultural attitudes towards gender-based violence.
Abrams wanted to do more, so she began redefining HERstory and is now bringing the program to college campuses like Grambling. And student leaders say they want to see women of color portrayed in a better light in the media.
I think a lot of times on reality TV shows, black women get portrayed in a negative light that's not an everyday woman.
Abrams says one day she hopes to see the type of education Redefining HERstory presents begin at a very young age, but for now, college campuses are the best place to start social change.
So it's critical that education begins at all levels. College students, however, they have a voice.
Abrams says the most important thing is that people realize that media is shaping their behavior and to be able to analyze that consumption and decide whether or not to let that impact your views on gender-based violence. She hopes the HERstory campaign will be part of that change.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing how the cultures on college campuses end up shifting over the next 4 to 10 years.
And an inspiring story. Ayla, when you were there, what did she say that really stood out to you most?
Well, the main thing that she spoke about that really stood out was that there's a very small percentage of men who actually do commit acts of domestic violence and that they're usually repeat offenders. So it's really important for men to be advocates for women as well when it comes to this.
All right. Well, thank you, Ayla. Again, a very inspiring story.